So you have a situation where you have a flexible labor force. It's one of the most important in Denmark, and which I also was discussing with my counterpart on Eastern. And the third thing is that you have to have a production, you have to have a situation where you have a stable both economy, but also taking care of the environment, make sure that people getting help if they are in a situation where they accident on their work. So the security when you are at your work, so you don't get ill and so on, is one of the other areas I think we could have a good cooperation.
And what do you think China can take from Denmark in solving the unemployment issue? Because for China, the latest figure shows that China's current unemployment rate is 4.05% in the first quarter of this year. So how would you evaluate this figure from your perspective?
It's very similar to the Danish. One of the things I think is very important is what kind of education can we give young people. If you look especially in Europe, you can see a high rate of employment for young people. In some countries, it's around 50%. It's too high, much too high. In Denmark, the percent is around 89%. And one of our most important goals is that we make sure that young people get an education. It's not always they should be at the university. It's also very important that you get an education as a plumber or carpenter or something like that. Then you have to have a very high standard also of those kinds of education. So education of young people is very important. Education of people with out of the labor market because there's no job, then you have to give them some education so they could pick the new jobs who is coming. Because if you look at the normal factory today, they produce in one way, tomorrow they produce in another way, and the workers should know more about EPP and new technology. So all the time you have to make sure that you have the education who meant that you could get the new jobs.
You talk about education. It was generally accepted wisdom that during a downturn, if you can't find a job, you go back to school to improve your training and credentials. But does the go back to school and improve your skills concept still work for today, especially for those young educated people? Does Danish government have any program to support them, or does Danish government encourage them to launch their own startups?
Yes, we have a very good system, maybe one of the finest systems in the world. If you're going to educate yourself, you are sure that the state are giving you money. Actually, we give every student so many money that they could have a normal life, so they could concentrate about the studio, and they don't have to pay for it. It's free. Education is free in Denmark, and I think it's very important. And at the same time, we also say to young students, if you want to take a part of your education in another country, you could bring your money in the budget. So you see a lot of things students are going to USA, United States, or Germany, or wherever they're going for taking a part of their education. So helping them by making free education and also give them a social benefit, economic benefit, when during the student study is very important, and I think it's very good for our young people.
And in terms of general employment, what factors do you point to as having the greatest effect on unemployment? Is this a global trade and supply issue, or is it a structural, or is it about, what you mentioned, education, or about governance?
Well, you say if you